Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Letting people trickle in. We've got quite a few people coming tonight. We're very excited. We've got a few famous authors and a famous illustrator here tonight.
Oh, I can't wait to meet him.
Nice to be called famous.
Especially around here. Welcome, welcome. Just letting people come in to the Zoom and get settled. We love a lively chat, so feel free to jump in there and say hi to Kirsti and Corey and Chad. It's nice to see you, Becky. Hi, Charlotte.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Josh.
Oh, yay. So fun to see everyone.
Look at all these great faces and names we recognize. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Carol. This is great. So I think we'll get, oh, we're getting a few more tricklers. We'll just wait another couple of minutes. We're just letting people come in and get settled, and feel free to pop into the chat to say hi.
I already have.
We're so excited to be hosting our final Kids Lit event of the year tonight. The fabulous book launch of a very appropriate book, Cold Turkey. Cold as in it's freezing. Freezing outside, which is very on brand. And today is the book birthday for this lovely, funny, hilarious actually, picture book by our very special guests here tonight, Kirsti Call and Rosen Schwartz. And as a special treat, we have the illustrator here too, Chad Otis.
Hi.
Everyone wave from your happy, hot homes. So we're going to have all kinds of fun tonight. We're so happy to host this book launch. It's a true honor at the Silver Unicorn to do book launches. My name is Casey Robinson, and I am one of the events coordinators for the Silver Unicorn and a true fan of these three. So I will turn it over and I'll come back on at the end. I would just want to make sure everyone knows there's a Q&A button at the bottom. If you have questions for any of our famous guests this evening, please put the questions in there. And we love a lively chat, so make sure to say hi, and our guests tonight will be able to see your hellos, and I'm sure they're much appreciated. So with that, I will let you take it over from here. Thanks.
Okay. I'm Kirsti Schwartz. I'm coming to you from New Jersey, where it is cold but not yet freezing, and I'm here with my little friend Turkey.
And I'm Kirsti Call, and I live in Boston, where it is actually really cold right now. And I'm usually cold, so I really like to bundle up like Turkey.
And I'm Chad Otis, and I'm in Idaho, and it actually snowed today. Nice big fat flakes. They're all gone now, but it's still plenty chilly.
So Corey and I wrote Cold Turkey. Well, one of the reasons we like that our title is Cold Turkey is because there are a lot of funny turkey jokes. So Corey, what's the best thing to do with a cold turkey?
I don't know what.
Make turkey chili.
What does a one-legged turkey say?
I have no idea.
Wobble, wobble.
Oh. Okay, why did the turkey cross the road?
I give up. Why?
To prove he wasn't chicken.
Chad, why didn't the turkey eat dinner? Chad, any idea?
Oh, what's it again?
Why didn't the turkey eat dinner?
I wouldn't venture a guess.
Because he was already stuffed.
Of course. is harder to eat that way.
So we wanted to ask people in the audience, now that we've, enough of the jokes, what do you do when you are cold? How do you warm up? And you can put things in the chat. And Corey, while they're putting things in the chat, what do you wear when you're cold?
Well, when I'm cold, I like to wear a warm hat. What do you like to wear, Kirsti?
I like to wear a scarf.
Oh, I have a nice warm scarf too.
What about you, Chad?
I like to wear my little scarf.
Oh.
And sometimes I like to wear my hat. And then it's really cold. I like to wear both hats.
Double hat?
Oh my goodness.
I don't go outside when I'm wearing both hats. No, it's
Perfect.
embarrassing. I would hate for someone to see me like this.
I also like to wear, and I really need them right now because it is freezing in my house. I like to wear gloves or mittens.
Me too. I've got these.
It's a little hard to type that way, but.
I've got these gloves that aren't actually very warm, but I can type.
You can type.
Also, I think snow boots are actually really important for turkey and for me.
They are.
That's what separates you from Turkey from being in just his birthday suit.
Exactly. Exactly. So
also, to warm up, I have my nice hot cup of coffee.
And I have herbal tea. What do you have in your mug, Chad?
Do you have a mug?
It's water.
Water?
Yeah, it's water. Got to stay hydrated.
So we are going to read the book right now. Corey and I will read.
I'm going to do a screen share.
Yep. Okay, here are the end papers. Cold Turkey by Corey Rosen Schwartz and Kirsti Call, illustrated by Chad Otis. It's not moving.
Technical trouble?
Yes, it's not going to the next page.
Click the side.
Click the side.
Click it.
Oh, there it goes.
Turkey woke up cold. He wheezed, "It's 10 degrees. I need to bundle up before I freeze."
Cold turkey. And there he is with his hat and scarf and gloves, just like us.
Sometimes the arrow works, sometimes it doesn't.
Just always click Mom. It'll always work.
Sheep was shivering, her shoulders shook. "I can't believe this storm's so bad. I need a warmer nook."
Shivering sheep. And look, turkey gave his hat to sheep.
Chick was fluttering, cooped up and all alone. "My beak is chattering. I'm chilled right to the bone."
I wonder if he'll give something to chicken. Chili chicken. Oh, he gave him his mittens.
Horse was huddling beneath a heap of hay. "I'm frozen through, my lips are blue. It's hard to neigh."
Any guesses what he gives horse? Huddling horse. Horse has the scarf.
Cow was quivering. "I can't help but complain. This wind is a catastrophe. It's utterly insane."
What's he gonna give cow? Quivering cow. He put his sweater on the udder.
Pig was poking out from piles of straw. "My body's numb from snout to bum. I don't know when I'll thaw."
He doesn't have much left to give. Polar pig. Oh, he has the pants and they're a little snug.
Turkey trembled. He had loaned out all his loot. He wobbled homeward, cold and bare, in just his birthday suit. Turkey tottered. What a fierce, ferocious storm. I may be getting frostbite, but at least my heart feels warm. The barnyard gang joined forces and they built their friend a fire. They gathered close until the flames made them perspire.
Stewed sheep, baked chicken, hot horse, sizzling cow, roasted pig, toasty turkey. The end.
Okay. Now, my daughter Sydney wrote a song for cold turkey, so she's gonna come and sing it for us and play the guitar.
Yes, Sid.
Thank you, Sid.
The sheep was shaking in the storm, trying to find a way to be warm. Turkey saw his friend unprepared, so he took off his hat and shared. A hat is the gift I'll give. Kindness is my way to live. I have plenty to share. This is how I show I care. It is the least I can do for a friend as good as you, a friend as good as you. We all have a part. Your warmth is in the heart. The chicken was shaking all alone. Storm had chilled her to the bone. Turkey saw his friend in need and knew that he couldn't just leave. Gloves are the gift I'll give. Kindness is my way to live. I still have some to share. This is how I show I care. It is the least I can do for a friend as good as you, a friend as good as you. We all have a part. True warmth is in the heart. The horse was huddled in the hay, his lips too blue to even neigh. Turkey, though he had not much left to share, he gave his scarf with care. A scarf is the gift I'll give. Kindness is my way to live. I still had some to share. This is how I show I care. It is the least I can do for a friend as good as you, a friend as good as you. We all have a part. True warmth is in the heart. Turkey was shivering in the storm. His friends saw him and began to form a fire of their own. How could he have known? They sang, this is the gift I'll give. Kindness is my way to live. We have plenty to share. This is how I show we care. It is the least we can do for a friend as good as you, a friend as good as you. We all have a part. True warmth is in the heart.
Oh, Sid, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Great job.
Oh, good.
Thanks, Sid.
Love it.
So now we're going to turn the time over to Chad, and he's going to show us some illustration magic.
Is that going to happen? Is that happening? Okay, let's do that. So let me see. I'll share my screen here if I can. And then first I need to do this. And it went away. Hang on a second. This will work, I swear. Okay. Wait, am I sharing already? No.
Not yet.
Okay. Bear with me. This will be. There it is. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. Almost there. Almost there.
We should have saved some of our turkey jokes for now.
This thing's a little finicky. There, you can see that,
Oh,
right?
yay.
Yeah. There it is.
So now I need to find myself, and then we'll be good. Okay. Can you see me too? Yeah, you can see me there. Okay. So when I was a kid, a long time ago, I loved a guy named Ed Emberley, and I still do. Maybe you've seen these. And Ed drew things with very simple shapes, including, if you can see this, oh, camera backwards. There it is. A chicken out of very simple shapes. See that? And I've always loved drawing things out of very simple shapes. So I'm going to show you how I draw a turkey out of very simple shapes. And to start with, I've got the very simple shapes underneath here, right? So I've got 3 triangles and 2 circles. Is mostly what turkey's made out of. And cow and horse and chicken and the rest are kind of the same. They're made out of pretty simple shapes. So when I draw turkey, these are my imaginary shapes, these circles. And I like to imagine a circle, and then I draw part of the circle. I'll draw it better than that. That's not very good. You're not going to believe I drew things. So I draw a part of a circle like that. And then for turkey, I draw the cut off part of the circle. So the imaginary circle is the main part. And then you can see this triangle here, right?
Yep.
I draw part of that triangle, right? And then there's another triangle here. And I draw part of that triangle. And then there's another triangle down here. You see that? I draw part of that triangle. You can see where this is going, right?
Yeah.
And then on the top, I draw, somebody made me laugh. You made a wiggly line. I draw part of a circle, part of that circle, right? So there's most of turkey, right? And then from there, I draw another part of a circle. I just kind of imagine it even without having the imaginary lines underneath. And then turkey has legs, and those are pretty easy because they're just lines. He's got feet underneath his boots. I don't think we ever see those, but I know what they look like. They're just toes. And those are just little lines too. And for his eyes, this part's important. When you draw turkey's eyes, they need to look just a little bit silly because he's a little bit silly to me anyway. And so I like to draw him like that. And then he gets eyebrows like this because he's He's just a little bit confused usually, I think, right? And then Turkey gets this part on the top, which is just another kind of a part of a circle. I'll draw it again. I don't like that one. I'm drawing on a computer today. So there's a part of a circle. If you could picture the whole circle, it would look kind of like that, right? And this part of the turkey, I learned, is called the snood. It's a kind of a funny word. And then the turkeys have another part down here, and that's kind of a part of a circle too, if you use your imagination. And that part down there, I don't know why this is interesting to me, but it is, because they're funny words. That part's called a wattle, kind of like a duck waddles. So once you draw a turkey, maybe I'll get rid of these things. Once you draw a turkey, the main parts, then you can kind of fill them in with some more half circles maybe for feathers. Maybe he's got some feathers up here, right? And then, what did I forget? Oh, he's got to have his half circle cheek because it makes him kind of cute. And that's kind of the only reason for that, I think. And then, if you want to, what happens if it starts to snow for turkey? And then maybe it gets a little windy. All right, those are bad windies. Okay, so it gets a little windy, which makes it even colder. And so then maybe you can put a scarf on him and fill that in. I'll just use black and white, even though color's pretty fun too. Need a bigger pen. And because it's windy, maybe his scarf is kind of wiggly like that. And then it has these parts on the end that are blowing around and some stripes. And we'll put some boots on him because maybe these are, I can't remember, I can't tell if these are socks, kind of floppy socks or boots. But either way, it's a little warmer. And maybe I'll give him some earmuffs. A couple more circles, maybe one circle, and then a half circle, and then another half circle. And he's got earmuffs on. Or maybe those are headphones. Or they could be headphone
Love it.
earmuffs. That would be a good invention, wouldn't it? And that's about how I draw turkey out of simple shapes. Thanks to learning from Ed Emberley when I was a little fella. What do we think? Good enough?
Love it.
Okay. Well, I will stop sharing my screen and go back to you guys.
That was amazing.
Awesome.
Hi, everybody. I popped back
Hi.
in to tell you. That was so fun.
It's fun for me.
It was fun.
I loved seeing how the illustrations come to be, particularly when they're accessible. When you show us, when you start with something like a simple shape or 3 simple shapes.
Yeah,
And
I need to do that for myself. Because if you just dive in and say, oh, how's a turkey drawn? And it's all, they may not have a lot of pieces, some of these things, right? Especially when they start wearing a whole bunch of different clothes. It's a lot of stuff to draw. So start with the circles and lines and half circles and triangles, and makes it a lot easier for me.
I remember when Deirdre first shared your sketches of turkey, and we just fell in love right away. And she had mentioned you, and we weren't familiar with your work because your debut book, Oliver the Curious Owl, wasn't released yet. And so we were like, we don't know, maybe we should go with someone better known. And then as soon as we saw those sketches, we were like, he's perfect. We can't imagine Turkey looking any other way.
It was Turkey.
Chad, we have a question from Hillary. She was wondering if you could say a little bit about how you take the illustrations from start to finish.
Sure, yeah. I start with really simple sketches. Let me see if I can have those here a second ago. Us creative types, things are all over the place.
Yeah.
But you know what? I basically start by drawing things on paper. So lots and lots of scribbles and sketches on paper, and I don't really start to decide what the shapes look like and everything, or what the characters might look like. And I've got to do research to find out what a snood is, and who has a snood, and who has a waddle, and what color is a turkey, and what do their tails do, and all of those things. So I do a bunch of research, which sounds not very fun, but it's pretty fun to learn about all that stuff.
And Chad, you told me you researched about teeth, that turkeys don't have teeth, even though our turkey has teeth.
Yeah, it turns out turkeys don't really have teeth. And I got to the point, I was like, how do I make this guy look really cold without teeth? And I thought, there's kind of no way to do it. There's only so much you can saw. This turkey has teeth. It's not anatomically correct. The snood and the waddle are there, but so I do that, and I do sketches, and then I play with it, put it in the computer, mess it up, start over, draw it with color, draw the characters together and see how all of their colors work together, and see how all of their shapes work together too. So let me see if I can find these guys. So we've got this picture. And so I go into it and I think about, cow is kind of a big half circle. I'm not pointing the right way, but it's kind of made out of a big half circle. Horse, why is this backwards? Horse is kind of a triangle with a rounded bottom. Pig, of course, he's just kind of an oval. He's a circle with two triangles for ears and a circle for a nose. So I put them all together, see how the shapes work together. And then I need to pick the colors and say, okay, who's going to be brown, pink? The pink was pretty easy, of course. And then, so they all need to kind of fit together so that they don't blend into each other. They don't look too much like each other. And we can tell them apart all the way through the story. That's a long answer. Asked the wrong guy. It's a long answer.
Good answer.
That was a perfect answer. Kirsti and Corey, you two are well known for your ability to bring humor to light together, working together to come up with, if everyone hasn't read this book, please do. Matilda's Food. I can't say the title without doing that. Can you talk a little bit, Kathy's wondering, and I was going to ask you this too, can you talk a little bit about your process for working together?
Well, I guess we can say what happened with this one. Corey, you wrote a stanza, right?
You had the title. So Kirsti had the title, and we were trying to think about what we could do with it. And I started to write a stanza, and there's a meter that I'm very, very comfortable with that tends to be my go-to meter. And when I started writing Turkey Woke Up Cold, I knew there weren't enough beats. So I just put in Turkey Woke Up Cold. And then I was like, wait a second.
And then it made it so much fun. It was so much fun to write the rest of the book.
Yeah, we did. We just had so much fun doing it throughout.
So we usually will, sometimes we work in a Google Doc where we will kind of work in tandem at the same time, or we will text each other stanzas back and forth or message, all different ways of communication.
So, phone too. We do sometimes brainstorm on the phone, but I work better when I can type, and when I'm on the phone, I feel like I don't have the time to think because I have to be talking. So I prefer to be in the Google Doc.
How long did it take? from that first stanza, Corey? Till
Well, the hardest part for us is coming up with an idea. Once we have the idea, like I feel like the draft came out in an hour. Like
Yeah, it probably took a few days to get it.
well, we of course revise it and tweak it and try to perfect the meter and add in extra wordplay. But I think the first draft wrote itself really quickly with this one. And as Kirsti has said, I think possibly in her podcast, we kind of intended it as a board book. We were trying to go really short and really simple. And we had another question from someone once, which was that why didn't we put anything in the text about giving away the clothes? And the truth is we tried. So in our first draft, we wanted like one stanza for chicken is chili and the next stanza where turkey gives chicken the mittens. And it was very, they say in writing, show don't tell. It was very telly. And we were like, why do we need this? We can just show it in the art. And
yeah, we just put it in illustration notes.
Yeah, I think it works a lot better that way.
And Chad, how long did it take you to illustrate from when you saw the finished manuscript to?
Okay, yeah, that's quite a while. And I'll tell you, when I started this, and Corey and Kirsti have both heard this a few times, I went into it and I thought, like they said, I hadn't even had a book out yet, but I had actually been working on 3 at that point. That light is right on there. But I thought, oh, good, it's a book with a bunch of snow. It gets to be mostly white with some animals. Well, it turns out that snow comes in a lot of different colors. I don't know if you can see the colors here at all, especially if you want to have snow in front of snow in front of snow in front of snow. So anyway, another long answer to a short question. It took quite a bit longer than I thought it would. You know, probably it takes a couple of months, maybe a little bit more. You know, if I have the time, I'll go back and try to kind of make things better than they were and just make it as good as I can.
Well, you did a really fantastic job.
Thanks. I'm glad you like it. I wasn't completely sure. My artistic insecurity wasn't completely sure I was when I handed it off, because it was a little tough.
It's fabulous. And what you said earlier, Corey, about deciding to let the illustration notes dictate the giving away of all of the clothing keeps the pacing really tight, and it allows you to sort of ride that rhyme wave while you're really devouring all of the illustrations. So it's
and we also wanted to give him freedom to decide which type of clothing he should give to each animal. We didn't want to say like the scarf goes to the cow, because he had his own ideas, and he was, very clever with having the sweater go on the cow's udder, which we wouldn't have thought of.
So we just did one line. We just did one line saying
gives away an article.
He gives an article of clothing to each animal, and then
and I'll say I went into it. The notes on it from the editor, from our wonderful editor Deirdre Jones, were heartwarming and funny, and heartwarming came first. So I went into it a little more heartwarming than funny, and I think it was Deirdre who has said, you can go ahead and put the sweater on the udder, because I was like, that's, is that weird? Is it too weird? So then it was on. It was like, okay, if we can do that, we can make it a little bit wacky.
Corey, how did you come up with that idea, that first stanza? Alice wanted to know a little bit about where the ideas come from.
I really stumbled on it by accident, and just as soon as I said it, I just thought this could be really fun. This could, stand out a little bit and be a little different, and it might be something kids have a good time pretending that their teeth are chattering and playing along and trying it, to read it themselves.
And can you say, and Kirsti, can you talk a little bit, just for any folks who aren't super familiar with the publishing process? So when you have that, and then you have this great, fun Google Doc, and you've come up with something great, what happens after that to get it down the line until it becomes a book?
For us, we send it to our agent, and then she has to decide And Charlotte, hi Charlotte, she's here.
Hi, Charlotte.
She has to decide whether she likes it and give us notes and whether she feels like it's ready to send. And then she sends it to usually like 6 or 7 editors at different publishing houses. And then they have to decide if they like it or not. And
also just to throw in, before it even goes to Charlotte, Kirsti has a lot of critique partners. So she sends it out to a bunch of friends and we get feedback and we can, really get a good sense from the, response we get, whether it's ready. And they happen to think this one was really fun and funny and ready to go.
And hello, critique partners. A lot of you are
some
here.
here.
So, yeah. And then once an editor decides they want it, then the editor, like Deirdre, gave us a couple notes. I think we changed the word to grateful. It was pretty clean. We didn't have to change very much, but the editor usually gives us notes, and then takes a couple years for the book to come out after that.
So it's surprising.
We have a sequel written, so we really hope
We
hope they'll take Scared Turkey.
Yeah, Scared Turkey's teeth are chattering also.
Yeah, we wanted to think how else, what's another reason why your teeth would chatter? And one would be if you were cold and the other would be if you were really frightened. So we have a very scared turkey.
Have to do it now.
Dad, start those wheels turning.
Yeah.
Instead of all the white snow, it'll be dark out. So
it'll be so easy.
And
there are no colors in dark.
No colors in dark.
No. I know better this time.
I want to ask too, what do you give us a little hint as to some nice next book projects coming down the pipe?
So we have one. Corey and I have one together, but it's not coming out for 2 years and it hasn't been announced yet. So
okay, so we should just keep our eyes peeled. And I have a little space on my shelf of all your books. So I have room already for the next one.
And Chad, you have one.
I have one.
Chad has one, yeah. Oh, and I do too. I have another one this summer coming out called The Big Scream. It's a board book.
Oh,
so that one's coming out with Simon & Schuster.
More scary stuff.
June 28th on Sammy, my youngest son's birthday.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So I did Oliver the Curious Owl first. That's the first one I wrote and illustrated. Actually, I did this one first, Cuddle Monkey, which I illustrated. You can see the simple shapes again. If I could point at him. I don't know if you can tell the main shape that owl's made out of. It's not a triangle or a square. Yeah, very simple. But this one I'm really excited about. I think it's pre-sale already. It's called A Little Fairy Tale, as you can see. And can't tell you too much about it. This one's just the fold and gather. I think I've actually got it on, it's on some other book just so I can look at the cover. But I'm pretty excited about that one. It's going to come out.
But it's out in the summer?
Kind of a square. I think next August. Yeah.
Next August.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we'll have to get you all back together. We'll get the band back together next summer to celebrate all these new books. I'm just going to put in the chat. You all did a fantastic and fun downloadable activity sheet for Cold Turkey.
Oh, right.
Super fun. So I'm just going to put the link in the chat for everybody. If you want to just take a second and copy that link. Also, Kirsti, I saw that you shared the YouTube video of Sid singing that wonderful song. I'm going to have to go download that too. But that's in the chat if anybody wanted to scroll up and find that.
And then we talk about stickers?
Yes, please. So graciously, Kirsti will be coming into the Silver Unicorn to sign books, and she's bringing with her some fabulous Cold Turkey stickers. So if anybody wants to order a signed copy of this perfect winter treat of a book, you can order online, silverunicornbooks.com, and just specify in the notes section of your order who you'd like it signed to, or if that you like a signed copy, and we'll try to make that happen for you. I'm just so delighted. I feel like, to quote Turkey, my heart feels warm.
Oh,
This is such
thank you, Casey.
a wonderful way to kick off a week when so many of us are spending time with friends and family. Um, and the joy that you all bring to this craft of writing books for kids. I mean, every book you two write together is just full of joy and fun and
Yeah.
heart.
And Casey knows about this because she is one of my critique partners.
Yes, so I have loved cold turkey for quite a while, and it's just so fun to see this finished. It becomes even better when it's paired with illustrations.
Yes.
And this is just spectacular. Chad, do you have a favorite illustration in this book or a favorite
Yeah, I
character in
think
this
it's
book?
probably the one with them all walking to make the fire. That's there's something about them wandering through the woods there. Yeah, that
Mine too.
That's a beautiful one.
I like that one. My second favorite has got to be.
That's what I was gonna say. This one's pretty funny.
I mean, we've all been there, right?
Well, this has just been such a delight. I can't say thank you loud enough to convey how grateful we are to have had you launch your book with us with the Silver Unicorn.
Thank you for hosting us.
Hooray!
Our pleasure.
And it's just also such an honor to have this be the close of our events season, our children's book event season. We have one more event coming up next week with the local best-selling author Gregory Maguire. That's next Wednesday. And we're working on a wonderful slate of book-related events for the spring already. So you can find everything on the silverunicornbooks.com website under the events tab. And just one more time, thank you so much
Thank
to all
you.
three of you. It's such a
Thank
treat to have you
you.
all
Thank you,
here.
everyone, for
You're
coming.
Thank
welcome.
you for coming.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.